It was like waiting for white smoke from the Vatican last night, but finally I think we got cautious approval from Damien and Brian Kerr on the Stephen Kenny regime based on last night's performance. What did you make of it?
I think based on last night's result, there's a positive swelling of support for the regime. I think the performance was okay, but I think in terms of the Irish team to move forward, we need to stop looking so much at performances and start to look. We need to pick up points. We've shown over the last period that we've picked up points against Serbia, we've picked up points against Portugal, so we can challenge against the big teams. The next step is now to put a full campaign together to finish this one hopefully well by going to Luxembourg and beating Luxembourg. Previously, when we played well against Portugal, we then came back and we drew with Azerbaijan. We sort of lost the rhythm. But I think last night it felt, having the fans there, having people being able to see the progression of the team, the progression of the results, I think it's a positive. But there needs to be a balance about where we've come from, because back in March we were at rock bottom. I think the initial spike in performances from a new management didn't happen for Ireland. We went straight downhill. We've recovered now and we're back in a position where we're probably of a similar level to when he took over. Obviously a different style of play, new players coming in, so that's where the progression is. But now it's about building it, putting it all together and making sure that going forward we don't have any more of those step backwards which we've seen in previous games, and fingers crossed we have turned the corner and we are going to be qualifying.
Just to maybe say what Stephen Kenny might say in response to what you said, he might say that the poor results initially were because of bringing through new players, were because of trying to instill new ways of playing or different ways of playing or different systems, etc., and that's why they didn't get the bounce and that they deteriorated results. And he will say now that actually what you're seeing is the positives in terms of the way the team are playing finally bearing fruit.
Yeah, and I've heard as well, because of COVID and different situations like that, he didn't have his full squad to choose from. To me, there's been a change in style of play. I think the way that he set out and his ideas of how he was going to change Irish football to become more of a Man City style or something like that, to be able to play football like that. Ireland can't play like that. We don't have the players at the moment to be able to play like that. And we tried that at the start and we got found out.
Lots of people would disagree with that point now, Richard. People were looking at, Shane Duffy's Cruyff turn, but more seriously, crossfield passes by the centre halves and general more confidence on the ball, and saying we didn't see that under previous management.
I think if you look at it with rose-tinted glasses, well then, yeah. But if you look back through the era, through Martin O'Neill, Mick McCarthy, Trapattoni, Jack Charlton, whoever it is, Irish teams have always played football, but we get tagged with a style of football. We've always played when we've had time to play. We've played in the right positions and we've been effective in games. This Irish team overplayed at times and caused their own problems. Now they're starting to play. Since maybe the Portugal game, we started to find our own formation where we don't need 90% possession. We can pass the ball. We can still be a nice football team to watch, but we're effective. And last night, I thought, was a very effective performance. We tried to build up at times, but ultimately we went long. So it wasn't perfect. We lacked maybe another body in midfield to be a little bit more creative. So we're adjusting to how Stephen Kenny wants to play.